Really no injuries to mention. I mean, Marcus, he was put in the concussion protocol, but he cleared that right away. So all in all, a good hard-fought win, one that was needed. I was proud of our defense and the way that they played. I was proud of our crowd and for the things, the way they stayed with us through some up and downs on the offensive side. And, you know, they kept with us and kept it nice and loud right at the end. Again, for 55 and 95 to end the game the way they did, I thought it was a real positive, too. Offensively, we made plays when they were needed down the stretch to get us into field goal position. 10 had a nice day with 94 yards. And then it was good to get our two runners going, Gore being the new one, but Darryl did a nice job too. So, and that means the offensive line was also doing a nice job with the run game. So, again, I look at it, I think Joe's doing a heck of a job with that team. They're coming off a huge win against Carolina where they really got after them, and we knew it was going to be a battle. They had some momentum there, and and I was proud of our guys coming out and hanging with each other and working through this along with the coaches. Like I said, Spags had a nice game plan. EB had a nice game plan. The guys stuck with it, and it worked out well. Likewise with Dave on special teams. All right, time's yours.
Coach, it seemed like you considered emphasis to get Chris Jones more involved in the interior. What was it about the Giants that you wanted to rotate him back for two guys in the interior?
Yeah, we've been doing that. We had more snaps. He had more snaps in there on this, and some of it was just him feeling better and getting, you know, the situation that was going on with the pass game part of it. So, you know, not because of the other, you know, but he's so effective in there. Yeah.
One of the things tonight's game, 12 penalties, 103 yards. How do you clean that up, knowing that you got a team like this?
Yeah. So we've got to be more disciplined with that, you know. And I'll go back and look at them. I didn't have a chance to look at all of them, obviously, during the game, but I'll go back and look at them. But you got to be able to move your feet and stay in fundamental position on guys, whether it's offense or defense, and then you can limit those penalties. So anyway, we'll go back and look at all those and try to fix that problem.
Coach, Patrick was so crisp on the first drive and then a little more disjointed as the game went on. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, they did a nice job on some things, and I'm gonna go back and kind of look at whether I was putting him in a good position or not to, you know, to make plays, and then we'll see. I thought he did a nice job of hanging with it and ended up making some big plays for us. So with his feet and with his arm.
All right, Andy Reid won. Joe Judge's team did not. Here's the coach of the Giants at the podium.
So that's the issue right there. So we're trying to make sure we're in the right call. There were some other times we just didn't like the look. Want to make sure we settle down on. But the other ones talking about with the substitution deals right there, yeah, it's breakdowns, and we got to make sure the hardware is working. So whatever the issue with that is, you know, people involved with that better get it fixed fast.
So was that at the end of the last drive, like the last minute and a half of the second quarter, when it seemed like you guys were cost the team, maybe taking a knee there and also trying to get in field goal range?
Talking about the offensive part right there. There were a couple scenarios. That one was more just kind of how things were playing out right there based on the situation, losing yards. But there were two times today where the headsets were, you know, an issue that we got to make sure that, you know, we'll start doing hand signals, whatever we got to do if we have to. We can't rely on the equipment, then we'll figure something else out. But, you know, we tried to actually at one point go back to the old equipment. They told us we weren't allowed to do it for whatever reason. But we didn't have issues really last year for the most part, so hopefully we can figure that out.
Like a home and away issue?
I've had at every single stadium this year, home and away, I've had issues personally.
Is that your staff? Or is it
Look, I don't know. Look, I don't want to make this all about headsets. We have things. I'd say this: whoever's in charge of it, whoever the guys who, look, Jordan, I don't have the exact answer. I don't know if that comes more through the league or us exactly, but they better fix it fast. Yeah, that's it. Look, I'll get you all the details and stuff later on who does all that stuff. You know, we get the communication back. We say, hey, listen, these things have been an issue, and then we get told they've adjusted this, they've done this, whatever it is. Like I said, we try to adjust and use different hardware, It hasn't been allowed, so we'll keep on moving on. Again, look, I don't want to make this about the stupid headsets. That's not what this is about. I mean, that wasn't the factor in the game. We got to do other things on our own to make sure we have success.
So what counts for you guys being so disciplined for doing that and that final half? Where do all those mistakes come from?
Pat, I don't have a blanket answer for that right there. I'm going to look at each one individually and make sure that we just go ahead and we have all the techniques correctly and that guys are making the right decisions at that moment of time. Obviously, we can't have those things come up.
Pat, Joe, the Chiefs were obviously struggling on defense coming into this game. You guys held them to 20 points, but you couldn't win. How frustrating was it the offense could not produce more points to get this game in your favor?
There was a lot of things the offense did positively tonight. Strung some drives together. We knew the kind of game plan we wanted to play. We wanted to play on our terms tonight. For a large part, we did. For a large part, we played the kind of game that we came in and said, this is how we have to play tonight, offensively, defensively, and the kicking game. We knew what kind of game it was going to be. They're a very talented team, very well coached. We anticipated a lot of the answers they were going to have, and we had our kind of change-ups ready as well for what they were going to. So there was a lot of situational ball going back and forth, a lot of good coaching adjustments, a lot of good execution adjustments on the field. So in terms of how all three phases played, I'll wait till I kind of see the tape with specific adjustments and changes. Like I said, there was a lot positive tonight. Obviously, it wasn't good enough in the long run.
Joe, I can go back to timeout question. Why not do your last timeout with 2:35 left?
Yeah, once you get under 2:46, you really don't want to use that last timeout because the way it plays out. So, I started calling them earlier, obviously, and then we weren't able to stop them once they got in the field goal range. So I held the last one for the later situation. In terms of how we managed the time right there, getting the ball back with a little bit over a minute, no timeouts, that's about what you're looking at right there. You can use before or after. There's kind of different ways of using it. We calculate about what the team time's going to be, but there's kind of certain periods within the game when you're in that kind of 4-minute mode. They're trying to run the clock down. You're trying to stop and get back for a 2-minute drive right there that you want to be safe about when you do and don't call it. And a lot of it ties into if you use that last timeout, can you force them into snapping it a second time after that before the 2-minute warning?
Was the timeout before that, was that a headset issue? Or
No, that one was not. That was stop the clock right there.
Big picture, why do you think your team struggled to finish wins late? Is it youth? Is it growing pains? How much is it part of the growing process? Why is that happening?
Yeah, I'm gonna be more focused on, playing all 60 minutes of football and execute every play throughout it and not worry about, hey, this one little label right here. We got to do a lot of things along the way, puts us in a better situation down that stretch right there. So we got to make sure we play, we finish games better by playing the first 59 minutes, 59 seconds the right way.
All right, so Daniel Jones in primetime 0-7. First one ever. By the way, doesn't mean he doesn't cover the spread. He's actually 4-3 against the number. So despite all these bad numbers, he actually is somebody that you want to wager on quite regularly. And he is now 12-5 against the number on the road and 11-3 when he's a significant dog on the road. So just keep in mind, good teams win, great teams cover. Simple as that. All right, straight ahead, we got your fantasy implications from tonight, and there were several. Plus, maybe a little look ahead. We'll see. Here you go. That's next, the HQ.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.